So when did you have to sit down and have this one?
Well, we just talked. We're concerned right now about seeing if we can set up a bail hearing. And the quicker we get information from the Crown about what the allegations are, the quicker we want to set that date and so we can deal with that first and foremost.
Can you describe how he's his state, how he's feeling?
He's okay. I mean, he's just been brought over, separated from his family. So we're hoping to address the main concern, which is get it into the court and hear the concerns the Crown has and get him back to his family as soon as possible.
What was his reaction to the charges?
I haven't asked him on that. I didn't go into those details. My primary focus right now is to make sure that we can get a bail hearing done. So that's what we were talking about with the Crown today. Spent considerable time figuring out the protocol. Is it maybe a lengthy bail hearing? We're going to figure that out so we can get that moving as soon as possible. And that's my primary focus right now.
Did you talk to the family of your client?
Yes, we obviously discussed with the family.
And you have experience defending terror suspects. Can you just explain, what it's like? These cases are pretty rare so far in Canada.
Well, my client was alleged to be a terrorist. So
alleged, sorry.
And so is this Mr. Sher at this point. It's different than the first occasion. I can see a lot of difference compared to when the original group were charged. It seems that the police have learned a lot, the RCMP have learned a lot, and the manners in which they're dealing with is quite different.
In what ways? Can you explain that?
It seems to be quite more relaxed at this point in time.
And does that have any indication to you about the seriousness of the allegations, that it's more relaxed in this case?
Well, I can't say anything about that. I haven't read the allegations yet. I just received them today. But all I'm concerned about is are the allegations against my client. And we're quite confident that in time, if the Crown produces the evidence they have, that we should be able to get him bail in any event.
What are the exact charges against your client?
He's facing a charge of participating and facilitating in a terrorist activity, and there's a conspiracy charge, obviously, because there's two other co-conspirators in this.
What's the sentence for that if convicted?
I believe it's around 10 maximum, but the conspiracy charge is a different issue. Those are difficult and hard to prosecute. At this time, it's very early. And it's, again, primary focus for us right now is to get everything organized, get the Crown to move on providing us enough disclosure so we can have a reasonable and comprehensive bail hearing and get him out. That's our focus right now.
How does he know the two other men?
Pardon me?
How does he know the two other men were from Germany?
Sorry,
how does he know the two other men were from Germany?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask him.
Have you ever met the people? How were you retained by the Crown?
That's a special client privilege issue, so I won't go into that.
Are these similar charges to the ones that were laid in Toronto in that case?
The charge seems to be there's an allegation against one gentleman, which involves the making of bombs, but you'd have to speak to his counsel. I'm not privy to his issues.
Was your client born in Montreal?
You know what? I haven't had that much time spent with him. I'll probably see him later on today, and I'm going to see him tomorrow to make sure everything's okay. And then I'll get some more information later.
How was he brought up to Ottawa?
From what I understand, he was flown here. Where is he staying there? Quite by. I suspect he was the RCMP.
There seems to be quite a bit of fascination about your client, given the fact that he once auditioned for Canadian Idol. Do you have any observation of that?
I don't know if he wants to try again, but I saw it. I don't know much about that. As I said, I haven't talked to him again on those issues. Our focus primarily is to get the materials that the Crown thinks they have, which necessitate him being held in custody, and we hope to deal with that issue and get him out.
Well, what is your initial impression of this man?
I'll leave that for the courts to decide. My impression is irrelevant. It's the court's impression that matters.
I'm wondering if you can elaborate a little bit more on the relaxed comment. What about, specifically about the actions of police is relaxed? Is it the security here in court? Is it the way they went about conducting your investigation?
Just my conversations with the Crown were a lot more smoother, I'd say that. And some of the officers, when we initially tried to contact and locate who my client was, that was useful. I know in the first instance when we had this case, it was quite difficult even for counsel to get in contact with their clients. So that has not been an issue for me anyway. And so I can't speak for other counsel. So that's what I mean when relaxed. There's a lot more understanding on the parts of the Crown, and I suppose the RCMP is aware that counsel do have to get access to their client. And that was a big problem in the beginning.
What was the circumstances of the police arrest?
I don't know. I can't get into that. As I said,
Do you know if he turned himself in or was he?
I have no idea, and I can't get into that.
What about his family? Married? How many kids? What's his family status?
That will probably come out in a bail hearing. At this point, I don't want to get into any of that. That's important for the court to hear. Obviously, there were significant factors in any bail hearing, and in time we'll deal with those.
You've exhausted your time. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Law when it comes to this publication back what was some process?
Well, because those materials, the Crown asked that the synopsis that would be provided to us was with an undertaking that not be disclosed, and this happened in the past where information that was provided in the court was leaked out, and it was instances of defense counsel complaining on numerous occasions information has been leaked out, and the publication ban was put so that the defense could not go out and broadcast issues regarding their clients, whereas information that was detrimental to them was constantly being leaked out. So I want to ensure that that doesn't happen. The county is well aware of that. There's a publication ban, and nothing should be going out except unless we are both permitted to do that. And in the past, I've seen that when the publication ban comes in place, only the defense gets hit with it, and the Crown is not held accountable to that. So I'd like that to be in place for both.
And this applies for bail hearing?
Yes, the context of what's going to be released in the hearing is probably going to be covered as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Sorry,
much.
I didn't hear your response when you were asked about whether there have been complaints regarding police treatment of the three suspects.
I haven't had an opportunity to speak to my client on that yet, and I will speak to him later today and tomorrow to get more details on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.